Hello, my name is Owen Wasilewski, and this is my presentation on the rabies vaccine for cats and dogs and why it's important to vaccinate pets. So I'll start with a brief overview of what rabies is and some facts about it. So its full name is rabies lyssavirus, lyssavirus being the type of virus that it is. This virus is found all over the world, on every continent except Antarctica, and it primarily targets warm-blooded animals such as humans, dogs, cats, foxes, bats, things like that. That being said, it is zoonotic, so if picked up by a fox or a dog, a cat, a bat, and if it were to bite a human, it can be spread, between all those species. And in all but one case, there's only been one survivor of rabies. It is 100% fatal. Like I said, there's only been one survivor, but other than that, it is 100% fatal if you do become symptomatic with rabies. So the specific vaccination I'm going to be talking about is the Boehringer Ingelheim IMRAB3 vaccine, which is good for dogs and cats. So the next slide will be some facts about this vaccine. So starting off, it is a 3-year vaccine. So every 3 years, the pet will come into a clinic. Um, Doctor will give the vaccine, and then that vaccine is good and it provides protection for 3 years against rabies. According to BI's website, it is the strain they use to make this vaccine is the same original strain as the human vaccine that Louis Pasteur did invent. Um, and then also based on the website, it is a purified and inactive strain of the rabies virus. So it's not a live virus, and there's, again, based on the website, there's no threat for it to become the pet to become symptomatic if given. So that being said, it is very safe. I work as a veterinary assistant, and this is the actual vaccine that we use at my clinic. We rarely see reactions to it. It's very effective in its job, and overall, it's just a good vaccine. So, like I said, at the clinic, we do give it usually subcutaneously, but according to the website, it can be given intramuscularly. So, why vaccinate our pets? As you know, I stated before, rabies is deadly. 100% of the time, it will kill whatever picks up the virus. And it also is easy to spread. All over, it's more prevalent in other non-developed countries due to the lack of sanitation and whatnot. So it is less common for it to be seen in the U.S. This is mainly due to pets being vaccinated. It is legally required in many states. I do know in Pennsylvania, where I work, it is legally required to be given to all cats and dogs that come into our clinic to be able to further give care. So based on these efforts to, provide more vaccinations among pets, it is less seen among uh, us here in the United States. Um, However, that being said, it is easy to spread. We do see it a lot more in wild animals. It's spread through bite or scratch, or the virus itself is found in the salivary glands and the saliva of the animal. So, bite wound can is the most common way it's spread because the animal bites, and then there's open wound, and then the saliva does get into the open wound, and there's an infection. So it is easy to spread. Being said, it is easy to vaccinate. It's one injection that is good for 3 years. So it's very easy to vaccinate. It's very cost effective. I think at my clinic it's like $25 to vaccinate your pet. So it's inexpensive and it's very easy. One shot, good for 3 years. And then continuing on, everyone is at risk. Like I said, it is common throughout the world. That's common here, but it is still prevalent here. There is still cases among animals in the United States. So everyone is at risk. So it is health threat to, not just people who work in the veterinary field or exposed to wild animals. It is a threat to everyone. So to conclude, rabies vaccines are very important for dogs and cats and all pets. And animals should have this vaccine. It is legally required in many states. It's very easy and cost effective to give this vaccine. Overall, I do think it's just good to have since this vaccine, or no matter what, this virus is very, very deadly. So no matter what, it is important to have this vaccine. Thank you for viewing my presentation.